EA Sports coverage of the NBA playoffs leads us to Game 4 of this year's NBA Finals. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team getting set to match up with the Toronto Raptors. Hi, everyone. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, we look at the Raptors coming into play. They lead this finals 3 games tonight, and the big win in Game 3 means they can win it all here tonight on the road in Game 4.
And the big thing right here is to not think about getting it back to your place. You want to win this game right here and right now. Don't extend this series any further.
Marc Gasol rejects it. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Pascal Siakam, strong finish.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Sizing up the defense. Kawhi Leonard knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
And I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
And a throwdown.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Pascal Siakam to Leonard. Oh, he had him there for a second. Leonard. To Lowry. Fred VanVleet. Leonard. His first effort off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Kawhi Leonard against George. Going to launch beyond the arc. Now that's a contest.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To VanVleet. Lowry. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Beyond the arc for 3. And Kyle Lowry still able to get it to go down after the closeout.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Paul George, 4-2. Paul George missed his first. That one goes.
The great defenders, the ones that really earn their paycheck, are the ones that refuse to be screened. You stuck to that screen like Velcro.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
It's LA Clippers ball to George. Beverly. George won't go down. Screen coming. Leonard to Lowry. Oh, had him going there for a second. Leonard. Tough shot. Well defended. It's PG for 2. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Beverly into the front court. 5-point game. Pascal Siakam tips it. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. Gets it in the right corner. So Lowry. 4-3. Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Substitution being made in this one. Raptors come away with it. Fred Van Vliet. Pascal Siakam to Van Vliet. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Taking advantage of the turnover.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. Lets it fly from long range. No good. That's great defense. Harkless to Williams. Goes to the right side. Williams. He'll get it down low to Harrell. And the slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Lowry to Van Vliet. From long range. Smothering D. To Williams. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
I'm the first to say I like the intensity as much as the next guy, but you gotta be smart. Early fouls like that may come back to haunt you later in the game.
Lou Williams. Couple of free throws on the way. A career 83% free throw shooter. So he hits the first, misses the second. Lynn with it. He'll run the offense. Baseline drive. Lynn to Leonard. Lynn. Not going down here. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Knocks down the first. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Toronto with the basketball. Leonard to Jeremy Lin. Leonard to Lin. Leonard. His first quarter struggles from deep continue. It's no good. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Off the mark at the line. Beverly into the front court. Up by 3. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down. Now the Raptors going to use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Time to shuffle things up. Leonard. To Powell. Leonard. Missed his first 4 shots from the field in this one, but he gets that to drop from 3.
There you go. That's the rhythm that we're talking about. That's the kind of bounce you need in your step.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Williams. And count the basket inside.
There you go. I like seeing the scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Lynn with it, trailing by 4. Beverly. Shot from in close, no good. To Ibaka. Powell. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Leonard. That's good D. Shot no good. Beverly into the front court. Leads 4. Taken by the Raptors. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Beverly. They'll get it down low to Harrell. Can't connect. To Leonard. Throws it down.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Now here's your chance to make them pay for making you the target of hacking. Well, actually, your free throw shooting made you a target, but you can still fix that.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Leonard. To Ibaka. Leonard. The hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Okay, hacking does still exist. Might be setting the tone for the second half here.
First free throw is good. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Looking to take this all the way. And the finish at the rim.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Clippers have the basketball. And he finishes at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Serge Ibaka, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Beverly into the front court. Down just a couple. Down to Green. Big finish at the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Leonard. Off the mark. Well contested.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Leonard to Gasol. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Patrick Beverly, 2 of 4 now.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Leonard. He was all over him. Screen coming. Gilgeous-Alexander. For 3. And the rebound taken by Gasol. To Leonard. Powell. Over to the right side. Oh, he had him there for a second. Kawhi Leonard. He's at 50%. Solid.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Beverly to Gilgeous-Alexander. Off the mark.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Here's the truth. As long as you're using your legs and your body to stay in front of the offensive player, you won't get called for those. You keep reaching, though, it's going to be a long night.
2 for 2 on that trip. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for. Count the basket inside. We're 1 quarter down in Game 4, and we're back after this. You're tuned into the NBA Finals on EA Sports. One quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter, and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
Lowry. That won't go. The follow won't go either. It's LA Clippers ball to Gilgeous-Alexander. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Beverly into the front court. Down 5. Gilgeous-Alexander. The screen sets him up for 2.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Leonard. Textbook defense.
Shoot or shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Pascal Siakam to Leonard. Five to shoot for Toronto. Lowry to Van Vliet. Fires the three. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. And a nice finish at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. To Harkless. Gilgeous-Alexander. And a chance coming up at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. It's the Raptors with the basketball. Leonard. Misfire. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. George. Rebound comes to Lowry. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard matched up with Paul George. Here's a chance from long range. Not that time. He misses. Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is going to get a chance at three here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one goes down. Second of three is good. Whoops, that won't go. To Paul George. Strong finisher, Paul George.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard. Not done yet. To Lowry. Fred Van Vliet. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. To Van Vliet. Fires the 3. And he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. And the reward, he's going to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Misses the first. Second one goes. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Ibaka. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Marc Gasol snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Ibaka. Lynn. Deep right corner. Lowry. Message received. Well defended. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Lowry into the front court. Leads a bucket. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and Kyle Lowry still able to get it to go down after the closeout.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Williams has a chance. Wide open look, won't go. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Knocked loose. Taken by the Raptors. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. And he's going to the free throw line.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Second one's good. Splits the pair. Beyond the arc for three. Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
4-3. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Clippers have the basketball. Williams knocks it down from mid-range.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Lets it fly from long range. He engulfed him that time. Harkless to Williams. Trying to cash in. Lou Williams. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
5 to shoot for Toronto from long range. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. To Van Vliet. For 3. That's how you defend. To George. Fires the 3. Not getting the bounce. Fred Van Vliet to Jeremy Lin. To Ibaka. Lynn. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Here's a chance from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Jeremy Lin, he is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Raptors come away with it. Count it.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Paul George. Off the assist.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
He gets it.
That boy's living his best life.
Williams across the timeline. They trail by 7. Lou Williams. He's 2 for 2 now.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Fires the 3. Cleans it up. Offensive board. To Powell. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Off the mark. No good. To Powell. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. No good. Williams into the front court. 5-point game. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Lou Williams. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. To Powell. Gasol. Can't connect from in close. George. Cleared by Ibaka. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
It's LA Clippers ball. Beverly to Williams. Lou Williams. 3 for 3 in this first half.
Look, there was barely impact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Fakes. Drives to the rim and scores.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Serge Ibaka with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Beyond the arc for 3. Count the triple.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Beverly into the front court. They find themselves down 10. Has a look. Shot by West won't go. 4-3. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. And hits the first free throw. Second of 3. Got it. Perfect from the line. It's all 3 of them. He'll put it up at the buzzer. We've reached halftime here in Game 4. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Raptors put together a nice half and were rewarded with a solid lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors. The Clippers were in need of a bit more scoring if they wanted the halftime lead. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Blocks.
The Toronto Raptors came to play today, and the opposition knows it. All these blocks are more than just rejections. They're statements.
Player of the half.
Kawhi Leonard did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
He had such a great first half, but obvious adjustments were made defensively to shut him down, and now he's really starting to struggle.
Kawhi Leonard cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Beverly into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. Hat-trick Beverly. 3 for 6 now.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Kawhi Leonard, tough matchup against George. Here comes the screen. Leonard, they have to keep him in their grasp.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Marc Gasol swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Pascal Siakam, strong finish. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
George, it's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Leonard. That'll get out off the Raptors. Clippers have the basketball. Has a chance. Oh, straight down the middle for 2.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
To shoot for Toronto. Leonard. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Wow, slams it down. Man against man.
I know there's that old saying that says 1 man can't beat 5, but we're watching 1 man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Beverly into the front court. His guys trail by 13. Knocked loose. Taken by the Raptors. Lowry lets it fly from long range. Fred VanVleet locked in on that one.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the 3-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Deep 2 there, won't go. Leonard, bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Deep left corner to Leonard. Lowry. Leonard. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. And a putback slam.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungry.
Kawhi Leonard sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Toronto has the basketball. Leonard. And the Clippers with the rebound. Probing the defense. That's what you'd like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ballgame.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Knock loose. Raptors come away with it. Lowry drains it.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
It's George for two. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
And count the basket.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
LA Clippers with the basketball. PG lets it fly. Wide open look, won't go. Down to 5 on the 24. Here's Leonard for two. Lowry doesn't get the bounce.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
And he knocks it down, Jay.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Beverly into the front court. His guys down big. Curling inside. Marc Gasol able to recover with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Here comes the screen. From long range. Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense. Beverly into the front court. Down a bundle. Kyle Lowry sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
A fundamental shot right there.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Marc Gasol with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Van Vliet. To Ibaka. Gasol. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. For 3, not that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Trying to cash in. Shot by Anunoby, no good.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Marc Gasol, huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Toronto with the basketball. Fires the three. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Here we go. I got him.
Paul George. Marc Gasol rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
The drive right to the basket. Lou Williams. He's now 5 for 6.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Lowry. Offensive slams it home on the putback.
I'm laughing because when you look at Marc Gasol, he's not the fastest big guy in the game. He's not the smoothest, nor is he the best shooter. But you know what he is? He's prepared and he's experienced. That's why he can get you 17 to 18 to 19 points per night or more, and you get a tough low post presence.
George. Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Fred VanVleet. To Gasol. Short jumper off the mark.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Gilgeous Alexander. Has a look. Shot by Anunoby, no good. To Paul George. Here's a chance from long range. Not that time. He missed it.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Ibaka. Has a chance. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, and nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Serge Ibaka pins it. That'll get out off the Raptors. George. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. It's the Raptors with the basketball. Lowry to Gasol. Probing the defense. Five to shoot for Toronto. Lowry. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Lowry. Now that's a contest. And scores.
And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
goes the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. It's been all Raptors. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. And this has not been one of their better performances to this point. They've been out of sorts all afternoon.
And one of the most difficult challenges we have in this life is when we bring our personal life into our workspace. It looks like they were never in the game to begin with.
Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Taken by the Raptors.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
Leonard knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Williams. Oh, they call him for the foul.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Williams to Gilgeous-Alexander. Marc Gasol tips it. Clips able to recover. Oh, with the foul and a chance coming up at the line.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
First one, count it. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Powell to Leonard. Gets it in the left corner. Leonard to Powell. Leonard. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Goes to the left side to Leonard. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Harkless. Toronto has the basketball. Screen coming.
Screen coming your way. Screen coming your way.
And he buries it.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Williams. Serge Ibaka snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Fires the 3. Tough shot for Norman Powell. No good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
To Williams. Trying to cash in. A shot no good there by Williams. Leonard. Another chance to Leonard. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Knocked loose. Gilgeous-Alexander, keep an eye on this guy. Slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Surveys the floor. Leonard. That'll get out off the Raptors. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Leonard. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Here we go. I got him. I got him.
Has a look. Here's a step back.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Lowry with it. His guys holding the big lead. To Leonard. Powell. Lowry. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Williams across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Taken by the Raptors. Lowry to Gasol. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Lowry to Gasol. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Marc Gasol at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Pascal Siakam, strong finish. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on a defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Leonard to Lowry. They work it down to Gasol. Lowry to Gasol. Kawhi Leonard. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot. Beverly into the front court. His guys down big. Knocked loose. Taken by the Raptors. Leonard. Fred VanVleet. The pass taken away by the Clippers. To Beverly. Gilgeous Alexander. George buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look. It's LA Clippers ball. Take stock of the floor. Shot from the lane won't go. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys hold a commanding lead. Here comes the screen. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Lowry to Leonard. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended. Beverly into the front court. Down a bundle. Here comes the screen. Paul George. He'll get it down low to Harold. Off the assist.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Pascal Siakam to Gasol. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Beverly. Marc Gasol with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Marc Gasol swats it. Stays in bounds. Really good hustle. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Lowry into the front court. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Lowry. And scores. Strong take.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. From the painted area, won't go down. Nothing going here on that drive. Fred VanVleet to Gasol. Leonard. No good. That's great defense.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Knocked loose. Marc Gasol sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Got it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To VanVleet. Here comes the screen. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Shot by West, gonna be no good. Leonard, passed it off. Tough-looking shot there, still gets it to go down.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To George. Pascal Siakam able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Beyond the arc for 3. Smothering D. 4-3. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that 3.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
George. To Williams. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Marc Gasol. Opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own. Williams. Serge Ibaka sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Toronto with the basketball.
Screen coming left.
To Lowry. Pascal Siakam. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Scores from the post.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Beverly. Driving right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
To Ibaka. Lets it fly from long range. Ibaka bothered just enough on that one.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Serge Ibaka with the block. That'll get out off the Raptors. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Beverly. Nice pass to set things up.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Sizing up the defense. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I don't mind that effort at all. At least they're still out here competing on the defensive end.
Kyle Lowry has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. Oops, he missed the first one. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Kawhi Leonard, huge block. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down. That misses with a second to go. It's the Raptors with the victory. And for the very first time in franchise history, they are NBA champions. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Taylor Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors have earned what so many others have only been able to dream about, an NBA title. They've earned their place in the history books. Check out the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors. The Clippers are experiencing the kind of disappointment that can't be shared by anyone but a teammate. It's pretty quiet in their locker room right now. I can only imagine how tough it must be. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Defense.
The Toronto Raptors showed us how important defense can be in this league, especially when it leads to plenty of opportunities on the other end of the court.
player of the game.
Marc Gasol was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for another NBA season. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, thanks for making us your choice for hoops action.